Okay, sorry. That other video cut off. So part two, it's going to be a lot shorter. So yeah, just continuing off. I have Costa Rica coming through Group E because I think that they're more of a tournament team than Serbia is. I don't think they have what it takes to do what they did back in Brazil 2014, but I still think they will come through this group. In Group F, going back to it, between Mexico and Sweden. Sweden has the better manager. I don't like Juan Carlos Osorio personally. I think he tinkers with lineups way too much. Mexico doesn't have a steady starting 11. And I think that's not good for the team in combination with this prostitution scandal, Diego Reyes' injury. Having said all that, by far and away, Jan Andersson's the better manager. Look what he did with local Swedish club Norrköping, taking them to the Allsvenskan title a few years after they got relegated. The thing is, as a team, Mexico is better. Individually, Mexico is better because this is not a very good Swedish side. You compare the Sweden team to the Swedish teams of the past that qualified for World Cups. This team doesn't have any stars on it. Emil Forsberg, Marcus Berg. There's not really a standout prolific goal scorer, and Sweden has been really starved for goals if you look at a good amount of their friendlies. But collectively, they have the confidence of having gotten results against France, against the Netherlands, against Italy in qualifying. And that's the only reason why I'm considering to come through in second. Otherwise, I think Mexico trailblazes through Sweden. Having said all that, even though this is the most vulnerable Mexico has looked entering a World Cup than I can remember, I think the 2-0 loss to Denmark is very deceiving. Because Denmark is better than Sweden. They do have prolific goal scorers. We know their names. And I think that it's very hard to bet against Mexico's round of 16 streak. The last 6 World Cups in a row, 6, Mexico has always advanced past the round of 16. This is a record they share with only 2 other countries in the world, and that is Brazil and Germany. And when Mexico gets to World Cups, they always turn on a different gear. And I think they're going to do it again. I have Mexico coming in second. So that leads us to groups B and G. And remember, for B and G, I said at least one North African country will advance. I said that in the previous video. Making sure we're still recording here. And believe it or not, the team I have coming up for Group B is Morocco. And I have to get back to whether I think Portugal or Spain will go through. But in Group G, Belgium, Tunisia, England, and Panama, I just think Tunisia will come up short. Their injuries, I think, will cost them. They really could have used Yusuf Misakni. I think they will come close. They'll beat Panama. They'll get a draw against one of either England or Belgium. And I think they will miss out on 4 points. But I have the 3 Lions of England winning this group. I think England will win this group. Because I think it's time for them to have a good World Cup. Belgium, they have a better manager under Roberto Martinez than they did 4 years ago with Mark Wilmots. But really, that's not saying much because most managers out there are better than Mark Wilmots. I don't see Belgium having a great World Cup. Not buying into the hype. They disappointed in the World Cup 4 years ago. They disappointed in Euro 2016. I think they go through, but just about. And Tunisia will just about miss out. So I have England winning and Belgium coming in second. So that is the Group B. And quite incredibly, up until earlier today, I had Spain getting to the semifinals until this announcement was made. Now, you can make an argument saying that this will unify the team. But the thing is, something like this that happens the day before the World Cup where you fire your manager, you can't logically predict the effect that's going to have on a team. To say that it's going to help them and they'll go on to reach the final or win it, or say that they'll crash out, you're making a coin toss because you don't know what this does to a team's psychology. And my perspective on it is this. If Spain go on to win the World Cup, am I going to regret not picking them to advance from the group? No, I'm not going to regret it because the onus is on the team to prove that they can overcome adversity, not on us to give them the benefit of the doubt. And in this case, I view it as a negative, even if Lopetegui's dismissal was justified, which it sounds like it was justified. But when you're in a sneaky, good, tough group like this, I don't know, man. So I'm going with Portugal. Believe it or not, for the longest time, I was going with Spain and Morocco. But yeah, I'm going with Portugal to win the group and Morocco to come in second. But Spain could absolutely go on to win it again. So let's get to the round of 16. I'm going to blaze through this, and then I'm going to tell you my individual award winners. I still have 2 more bold predictions for you in this video. So round of 16, Uruguay beats Morocco. Iceland upsets France in a rematch of the Euro 2016, round of 16, when France defeated Iceland. That was in the quarterfinals, actually. But here I have Iceland sending France home early in the second round, getting revenge, continuing their Cinderella run. Elsewhere, I have Brazil defeating Mexico, England defeating Japan, Portugal beating Russia on penalties, Nigeria versus Peru, my 2 dark horses of the tournament. Only one can get to the quarterfinals. I've gone with Peru. Germany defeats Costa Rica, and Colombia versus Belgium. Like I said, don't see Belgium having a great tournament. Colombia gets back to the quarterfinals, possibly on penalties. Okay. Quarterfinals. Uruguay versus Iceland. Brazil versus England. Portugal versus Peru. And Germany versus Colombia. All Europe versus South America quarterfinals. I've got Uruguay beating Iceland. The fairy tale ends there. Brazil beating England. Portugal beating Peru. It would be Spain, but I think it's going to be Portugal now beating Peru and getting to the semifinals. And Germany over Colombia. So my semifinals of the World Cup is Uruguay versus Brazil and Portugal versus Germany. And I have a bold prediction here, but I can't tell you the bold prediction. The other one was Iceland getting to the quarterfinals, but I can't tell you this last one until I tell you the winner of the tournament. So get this. I've got Brazil beating Uruguay in the semifinals, and I've got Germany beating Portugal, and I've got Uruguay winning the bronze medal over Portugal. And in the final, I have Brazil versus Germany, where I think there will be revenge. I'm sticking with Brazil to win the tournament. Germany, despite the weaknesses they've showed in their friendlies, I still think they have it in them to get back to the final. But I think they'll come up short against Neymar and company. So I have Brazil winning the 2018 World Cup over Germany in the final. So where's my bold prediction, the last one? Well, here it is. You would think if Brazil, based on this bracket, if they don't win it, Germany will. Well, guess what? My bold prediction is that this World Cup is not just going to Brazil. It's going to CONMEBOL. Because the winner of Uruguay versus Brazil will win the World Cup. So if my bracket plays out exactly as this is for the knockout stages, and Uruguay beats Brazil in the semifinal, I'm picking Uruguay to go all the way. That's my last bold prediction. The winner of Uruguay versus Brazil will win the World Cup. I look at this Uruguay team and I see championship material. I'm getting Italy 2006 vibes slipping under the radar. Great defense, finally sorted out their midfield. Great blend of youth and experience. I just think Brazil, they have that extra motivation from the humiliation of 7-1. And if they did not lose 7-1, I would pick Uruguay to win this tournament. But I think that extra psychological element gives Brazil the edge. Plus, they're the better team over Uruguay. They go to the final. They win the final against Germany. But the winner of this semifinal between Uruguay and Brazil wins the whole tournament. Guys, this Uruguay team, I feel, is the real deal. They can win this tournament. I have them winning the bronze medal. I have them winning more than that because let's get to my individual awards. So my individual awards for the tournament. So get this. Golden Boot winner, Edinson Cavani. Yes. Yep. Best player of the tournament, Neymar. Best young player of the tournament, Guedes, the young player for Portugal. Let me see if I'm still recording. Okay, there we go. Gonçalo Guedes of Portugal will be the best young player of the tournament, provided Portugal get that far. I think I'm taking a big risk of getting Portugal in the semifinals because Portugal, they usually don't do very well in World Cups, with the exception of 2006 and 1966. But keep in mind, they're taking Spain's place as of just this afternoon. And the Golden Glove Award I have going to Alisson, who I think will move from AS Roma to a bigger club at the end of the tournament, at the end of the season. And I have a list of potential breakout stars of the tournament. I'm just going to name a few names. Irving Chucky Lozano of Mexico. Rashford, plays for England, because I think England is going to have a good tournament. Raul Ruidiaz of Peru. And Rodrigo Bentancur of Uruguay. So those are all my individual awards. Those are my breakout stars. That's my bracket. That's how I see the World Cup unfolding. That's it, guys. Just, take everything for what it is. It's just for fun. Mix logic and emotion and surprises in there. I meant what I said about Uruguay. I meant it. I think the winner of Uruguay-Brazil is going to win this World Cup. So leave a comment below, like, subscribe. I'll see you in one more video, either later tonight or tomorrow. And then that's it. Have a good night. See you, God willing. Peace.